Thanks for tuning in. I'm Paul Riemann, and I'm a member of the Rotary Club of Madison. I'm here with Karen Kendrick-Hans. We're co-chairs of the Going Green Fellowship Group. The primary problem that we're working on, we're concerned that global warming is undoing decades of Rotary work. Karen is an attorney, and she's worked in air quality and transportation issues for nearly 30 years.
And this is my colleague, Paul Riemann, co-founder and co-chair of the Going Green Fellowship. He is a mechanical engineer. He has 12 years of experience in the energy industry, and he is the past president of the Rotary Club of Madison downtown.
We're going to cover the problem of global warming. What's shown in the slide is the drought that's currently occurring in California. We'll talk about Rotary and why Rotary can be a leader in this effort. Dialogue is the key, dialogue and learning and sharing of ideas, and action. We'll ask you to endorse proposed enactments A and B so this dialogue continues worldwide. As the data shows, temperatures have been rising in step with CO2 concentrations, and the 10 warmest years have occurred in the recent past. The impact of these temperature rises can be seen in the U.S. Here's a California reservoir over the last 3 years. And just in late September, Stanford University released a study showing that this drought is connected to climate change.
Climate change will have an impact on us here in Wisconsin. According to the University of Wisconsin, we will be experiencing a rise of temperature here that will make us as warm as Missouri or Arkansas by 2039. That means no more loons, no more ruffed grouse, and a reduction in brook trout habitat of about 70 to 90%. Climate change will impact national security. According to Secretary of Defense Chuck Hagel, our military will have to prepare to deal with the aftermath of global temperatures, rising sea levels, and more extreme weather events that will intensify the challenges around global stability, hunger and poverty, pandemic disease, droughts, and conflict. In addition, the advent of climate change threatens to undo Rotary's signature humanitarian program of eradicating polio. The link between climate change and the challenge of eradicating polio is that as we have more severe floods and extreme weather events, there will be more sewage contamination, and polio is a sewage-borne disease. In 1979, before Rotary International began its polio eradication campaign, polio was endemic in 125 countries. It affected over 350,000 people a year. Since then, 1 million Rotarians have contributed $1.2 billion of their own money to eradicate polio. 2.5 billion children have been immunized with those life-changing drops. In 2012, polio was endemic in only 3 countries. We are this close to eradicating polio, and we dare not let climate change undo our efforts. According to Paul Harris, the founder of Rotary International, whatever Rotary means to us, to the world it will be known by the results it achieves. Rotarians run 2 problems. Rotary has the global reach, the credibility, and the social capital because of its astonishing work on polio eradication to make a real difference in this humanitarian crisis. And stewardship compels us to protect the legacy of our work. Working to stop the global humanitarian crisis of global warming will help the most people around the world preserve the work of our projects and resonate with the next generation of Rotarians.
The purpose of this initiative is for Rotarians worldwide to learn about a revenue-neutral carbon tax. A revenue-neutral price on carbon is the leading solution. A price on carbon will also level the playing field for renewable energy. And the reduced use of fossil fuels will lower greenhouse gas emissions. Climate change is, of course, global. Border adjustments provide a mechanism for the United States to encourage other countries to also price carbon. A revenue-neutral carbon tax is not a new concept. In fact, one was enacted in British Columbia 6 years ago. You can see in the graph, fossil fuel consumption down 19%, while GDP kept pace with the rest of Canada. Chuck Hansen made a key point at a recent forum in La Crosse. By voting yes, your club would simply be giving the okay for this to be discussed at the 2016 Council on Legislation. We are not asking you to decide on the merits of the proposal. We ask your club to endorse both proposed enactments A and B so this dialogue can continue worldwide throughout Rotary. We are fortunate to have Mary Beth Growney-Celine representing our district on the Rotary International Board of Directors. She supports this initiative because she recognizes that it's a critical humanitarian problem. She believes that endorsing both enactments A and B will continue this dialogue worldwide for all Rotarians. Your club's ballot needs to be received by the district office by December 15th. Paul Harris recognized in 1935 that we are living in a changing world, and that the story of Rotary is going to have to be written again and again. We believe that this is part of that story and that Rotary can make a difference worldwide through this initiative.
When Paul and I began this journey, we did it because it means to us service above self. Please help us take this journey to the next step in the worldwide fellowship of Rotary. For more information, check out the blog on the Rotary Club of Madison's webpage.